Hello, hello. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. Sorry for the inconvenience. And I'm back here after a break. So you can come back here too. Join quickly. I hope you can hear my voice and see the screen. Am I audible, guys? Can I have some quick comments if I am audible? Hello, am I audible? जल्दी जल्दी आके कमेंट्स में चैट बॉक्स में कैन आई हैव सम क्विक कमेंट्स प्लीज write in the chat that you can hear me and you can see the screen. So yes, I'm back here after a break. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. It was some technical problem. So we were at the phloem part. So remember, this is important for Neet's purpose. So that was gymnosperm. Gymnosperms, in case of phloem, they have albuminous cells and sieve cells instead of sieve tube and companion cells. Now it is about phloem parenchyma. The phloem parenchyma cells are thin-walled and living. And phloem parenchyma is absent in most of the monocotyledons plants. So function of the phloem parenchyma, they help in the storage of the food material and other things like raising latex and mucilage. Phloem fibers, they are only living components of the phloem. Sorry, they are also non-living component. They are non-living component, dead component of phloem. They are thick-walled, elongated, unbranched, and have spindle-shaped cells with a narrow lumen. So the first formed primary phloem consists of the narrow sieve tubes are all as protophlloem. They are and later form they are called metaphlloem. First form xylem they are called protoxylem. Later form they are called metaxylem. Then it is about tissue system. So tissue structures and function would also be dependent on the location. On the basis of their structure and location, there are three types of tissue. If it is at the outermost layer, then outermost layer forming, that is known as epidermal tissue, and in between innermost, it is about the vascular or conduction tissue. And in between vascular tissue, vascular bundle and epidermal tissue, whatever tissue is present in between, these are part of ground tissue or fundamental tissue system, you can say. Now, vascular tissue system consists of vascular bundles, phloem and xylem. There are two types of vascular bundles: open vascular bundles and closed vascular bundles. So in open vascular bundles, the cambium is present between phloem and xylem. Look here. In open vascular bundle, cambium ring is present. This cambium is present in between phloem and xylem. Between the phloem and xylem, which is responsible for the secondary growth of the plant, secondary growth of root or stem. So this is called open vascular system. And in case of closed, there is no cambium ring, no cambium ring, no cambium ring. That's why it is called closed and it is not open for the secondary growth. So xylem and phloem arrangement. There are two types of arrangements. Radial arrangement, when xylem and phloem within a vascular bundle, they are arranged in alternate manner or different radii. The arrangement is called radial. and such vascular bundles are common in roots. Then conjoint arrangement. So when the xylem and phloem are situated at the same radius, you can see here. See, when it is alternate one, this is xylem, this is phloem, xylem, phloem, xylem, phloem, like this. This is alternate one. So alternate arrangement, it is called radial one. And if they are at the same radius, xylem and phloem together, that is called conjoint one. Such vascular bundles are common in stems and leaves. The conjoint vascular bundles usually have the phloem located only on the outer side of the xylem. So phloem located on the outer side, xylem towards the pith mostly. Then anatomy of dicot's root. So remember, in case of always remember root here are unicellular. So dicot root, we have all these layers. Epidermis layer, outermost single layer of epidermal cell, this pink color cell. These cells are the single layer epidermal cell. They are protruding in the form of unicellular root here also. So this is epidermis layer. Now the cortex consists of the several layers of the thin parenchyma. These all several layers of thin parenchyma. These cells are making cortex of dicot root. Then endodermis region, innermost layer of the cortex. Innermost, still here it is cortex, then innermost layer it is forming the endodermis region. So it comprises a single layer of the barrel-shaped cell without any spaces. So you can see here there is no space. So the tangential as well as radial wall of this endodermal cells. Remember, this is also a very important point to notice. This walls of the cells of an innermost layer of the endodermal cells, they have water impermeable deposition of waxy material that is known as seborrheic deposition and in form of Casparian strips. Then by apoplast, we'll discuss in plant physiology that apoplast, it can be traveled till this layer. Now it is water impermeable layer, so water cannot move further. It cannot transport further. It cannot be transported further. Then pericycle layer, this spring-like layer, you can see the spring-like layer, that is pericycle layer. Next to the endodermis lie a few layers of the thick-walled parenchyma cells known as pericycle. So pericycle is responsible for initiation of the lateral root and vascular cambium during the secondary growth. So it is responsible for initial roots and vascular cambium during the secondary growth. Remember, it will be starting from initiation, it is from pericycle region. Secondary growth occurs only in dicot thing. So this thing will be absent in case of monocot root. Pith is small and small or inconspicuous. Remember this plus-like arrangement of vascular bundles, you can see these are xylem and phloems like this pit-like plus-like arrangement, that is of dicot root. Then monocot root, you can see the star-shaped or ray-like arrangement, a sun-like arrangement, it is monocot root. Here more than one patch, more than 2-3 patches of xylem and phloems are available. That's why it is forming this type of alternate type of radial arrangement here. So epidermis, cortex, endodermis regions are common, and endodermis are common in monocot as well as dicot. Now in endodermis, the innermost layer of the cortex is called endodermis, made up of barrel-shaped cell without intercellular spaces, and there is also presence of this Casparian strip made up of seborrheic waxy material. Then pericycle, similar. So monocot root do not undergo any secondary growth. So there is no initiation of lateral rooting starting from the pericycle. And pith, you can see here how big is the pith. This much big, it is large and well developed. Vascular bundles, they are usually more than 6. So it's polyarch. xylem bundles in the monocot root. Characteristic feature of monocot root, that means it is vascular bundle, it is polyarch. Then dicot stem, so epidermis, cortex, it is outermost protective layer in case of dicot root, stem. So layer, it is covered with a thin layer of cuticle. It may bear trichomes also. Always remember trichomes are multicellular. These are hair-like structure present over the stem. They are multicellular. And root hair are unicellular. And they have few stomata also. Stomata located on the leaves or on stem also sometimes. Cortex, the cells arranged in the multiple layers between the epidermis and the pericycle constitutes the cortex. There are three subzones of cortex region. There are three subzones of the cortex region: hypodermis, cortical layer, and endodermis. Hypodermis, the outer hypodermis consists of the few layers of the collenchyma cells. So outermost layer of the cortex region, remember, that means the layer of epidermis is there. Epidermis, below that it is cortex. In that first layer it is made up of collenchyma type of cells with angular depositions. Okay, then cortical layers found below the hypodermis consists of the round thin walled parenchyma. Now it is made up of parenchyma. And endodermis, the innermost layer of the cortex is called the endodermis. The cell of endodermis are rich in starch grain and layer is also referred as starch sheath. So look here. So pericycle, then it is pericycle. Look here, this is about epidermis layer, and these are collenchyma. Then parenchyma, then innermost layer of cortex. Then it comes the pericycle. So it's a semi-lunar patches of the sclerenchyma cells. Here, vascular bundles, a large number of vascular bundles are arranged in a ring. So these arrangement is characteristics of dicot stem. Each vascular bundle is conjoint, open with end arc protoxylem. Then medullary rays, in between the vascular bundles there are few layers of the radially placed parenchyma cells which constitute medullary rays. Then pith, large number of rounded parenchyma cells forming the pith. Then monocot stem, it is outermost, here also epidermis layer is same, made up of, it is covered by cuticle layer. Then cortex contains few layers of the sclerenchyma cells, not three divided layers of the cortex region. Only sclerenchyma, not collenchyma, not parenchyma. Then pericycle, inner side of the endodermis above the phloem forms the semilunar patch of the sclerenchyma. Then vascular bundle, a large number of the scattered vascular bundle are present. Vascular bundles are conjoined, closed with peripheral vascular bundles generally smaller than the centrally located ones. So look here, these centrally located ones, they are larger as compared to peripheral one. So phloem parenchyma is absent and water containing cavities are present. Pith is absent. Always remember there is no pith like thing because of the scattering of the vascular bundle throughout the stem. So pith is absent here. Then it's about dicot leaf or dorsiventral leaf are found in the dicot. So vertical section of the dorsiventral leaf contains three distinct parts: epidermis, mesophyll, vascular system. So there are two epidermal layers, upper and lower. So upper epidermis or upper surface, it is known as adaxial epidermis, and lower surface is known as abaxial epidermis. And this lower surface bear more stomata. So this we have learned from the third class, that is lower surface of the Dorsiventral leaf contains more number of the stomata. Mesophilic cells. Here, mesophilic cells are divided into two types: palisade mesophilic cell and spongiform mesophilic cell. So, palisade that means they are composed of tall and compactile placed cells, and spongiform loosely arranged cells. They contain chlorophyll and they are responsible for photosynthesis. Vascular bundle. The vascular bundle present in the leaves are of conjoined and closed one, so not open for the secondary growth. So they are surrounded by thick layer of bundle sheath cells. Then monocot leaf. Here one more thing is involved, that is bulliform cells. We need to think about bulliform cells in monocot leaf, and that these bulliform cells are responsible for uh, curling of the leaves inside, inside in case of grasses when there is more heat. So isobilateral leaf is found in monocot. So the anatomy of the isobilateral leaf is similar to that of the dorsiventral leaf in many ways, but it shows the following characteristics, that is, leaf stomata are present on the both the surfaces. Stomata on the both the surfaces, they are of same number mostly. Mesophyll is not divided. Mesophyll is not differentiated in palisade and spongiform. An important part, that is bulliform cells, which are modified adaxial, that means upper epidermal cells. They are present along the veins, which absorb more water and make the cells turgid. And when they are flaccid due to water stress, they make the leaves curl inward to minimize the water loss. So curling of the leaves inward in case of grasses, for that which cells are responsible? So then in that answer you need to select, that is bulliform cells. The parallel venation in monocot leaves is reflected in the near similar sizes of the vascular bundles. Then secondary growth. The growth of the roots and the stem in the length with the help of apical meristem is called primary growth. Apart from the primary growth, most cotyledonous plants exhibit an increase in the girth. So this increase is called secondary growth. So lateral meristem consists of vascular cambium and core cambium. So this is responsible for increase in the horizontal growth of the plant, that is lateral growth of the plant, either in case of root and stem. So first it is vascular cambium. So it is meristematic tissue that is responsible for the vascular cutting of the vascular tissue, that is xylem and phloem. In young stem it is present in the patches. So remember, in young stem it is present in the patches as a single layer between the xylem and phloem. So starting at the start, for example, this is xylem and phloem, then it will be like this. It will be like this in patches like things. There is no continuous, this ring, this part is absent. This will be absent in the young stem. Okay, then later it forms a complete ring when this medullary rays, cells of the medullary rays form the interfascicular cambium. So dipod stem, the cell of the cambium present between the primary xylem and primary phloem, is intrafascicular cambium. Then the interfascicular cambium is formed from the cells of the medullary rays adjoining to form the complete ring. Then only you can see the complete ring. When intrafascicular cambium and interfascicular cambium, both the things are formed, then this will form a complete ring structure, that is cambium ring. Then springwood and autumnwood. The activity of the cambium is under the control of many physiological and environmental conditions. So springwood. So in springwood, in spring season, cambium is very active and produces large number of xylary elements having vessels with wider cavities. Then autumnwood, in winters, the cambium is less active. In winter, it is less active and there will be fewer xylary elements only. So the wood is called autumn wood and late wood. So that autumn wood is darker and has a higher density as compared to the spring wood. Then heartwood and sapwood. So it is composed of dead element with a highly lignified wall. So it impacts the dark brown color to the older trees. And due to deposition of the organic compounds like tannin, resins, oils, gums, aromatic substances, essential oils, remember this point about the hardwood. So it makes the plant hard and durable and resistant to the attack of the microorganism. Sapwood constitutes the peripheral region of the secondary xylem, and it is lighter in the color. And it involves the conduction of the water and mineral from the leaf. Then cork cambium, this is completely, it is known as phallogen. Phallogen. Cork cambium, name of the cork cambium, another name of the cork cambium is phallogen. Phallogen, phallum and phalloderm together form a periderm. Now what is this three things? What is this three things? A secondary growth starts due to the activity of vascular cambium. So the outer cortical and epidermal layer breaks down. So they are replaced down to provide new protective cell layers. So hence soon or later, meristematic tissue called the cork cambium or phallogen. Remember, see, because of presence of the cambium ring, they will send some cells towards the inside and towards the outside. So that is known as cutoff of the cells. Okay, when they are sending towards the outside, there will be breaking, or sooner or later another meristematic tissue is called cork cambium or phallogen develops, usually in the cortex region. So phallogen is composed of, see, whatever meristematic developed in the cortex region, it is phallogen. Now phallogen is composed of the thin-walled and narrow rectangular cell. Phallogen cut off the cells both towards the inside and outside. If cells cut off towards the outside, it give rise to cork or phallum. The suberin deposits in the cell wall may impervious to the water inner walls. To the secondary cortex is phalloderm. The secondary cortex is parenchymatous. Now phallogen, phallum, phalloderm are collectively known as periderm. Due to activity of cork cambium, pressure builds on the remaining layers peripheral to the phallogen, and ultimately these layers die and slog off. Now they'll form non-technical term for this is bark. So bark, that is non-technical term, refers to the tissue exterior to the vascular cambium, therefore including secondary xylem, secondary phloem also. There are two types of bark, early and late bark. Then about lenticels, at the certain regions, the phallogen cuts off closely arranged parenchyma cells on the outer side instead of the cork cell. These parenchyma cells soon rupture the epidermis, forming the lens-shaped opening called lenticels. So lenticels permit the exchange of the gases in the outermost and the internal tissue of the stem. So it is found in the most woody trees. So now again I am reminding guys, all of you, to download the app, that is Spark Academy app, and you will get great discounts on all the courses. You need to just apply the code, that is VAI10. After that you will get all these things, study materials, description, in a link is given in the description box, so you can purchase, you can buy anything from this. Admissions are open right now. Classroom coaching, short-term and regular coachings are already going on, and crash course will be starting soon. The crash course that is on from 18th of April. We are starting this crash course. So you can join, you can enroll right now, because we are working with a limited batch size, so you can enroll right now by using code, that is VAI10. So we have two branches, one is at Mehdipatnam, one is at Narayanpura. So online coachings are also going on, and for that also you can apply the same coupon code, that is VAI10. On daily basis, on demand, we are having live sessions like this. and assignments, tests, and all these things are going on. This is our method. This is our methodology. And hybrid coaching and online coaching. Hybrid coaching, that means classroom plus you have access to the online one also. Now it's time to solve MCQs, guys. So first question here, it is age of the tree can be estimated by biomass, number of annual ring, diameter of its heartwood, and its height and girth. So it is by number of annual ring. Very easy question. And though asked in 2013, then age of the tree can be estimated by the number of annual rings. See, second question, lenticels are involved in gaseous exchange, food transport, photosynthesis and transpiration. So we have just now discussed they are involved in gaseous exchange. Yes, Janvi, good evening, good evening. Janvi, you just joined or you are about to answer the questions. Then third question, interfascicular. Remember, interfascicular cambium develops from the cells of what? Interfascicular cambium, that means between xylem and phloem patches. So it is developed from xylem, parenchyma, endodermis, medullary rays or pericycle region. Come on, Janvi, I am waiting for your answer. As you are here, and yes, those those you have joined, all of you who have joined, they can answer in the chat section. So medullary rays are correct answer. It is this, that is correct answer. Then fourth question, which of the following statement is not true for stomatal apparatus? Which is not true for stomata? So inner wall of the guard cells are thick. Guard cells invariably possess the chloroplast and mitochondria. Guard cells are always surrounded by subsidiary cells. Stomata are involved in gaseous exchange. Which of this is not correct? Guard cells are always surrounded by subsidiary cells. Sometimes a few epidermal cells in the vicinity of the guard cells become specialized in shape and size. These are known as subsidiary cells or accessory cells. Then next question. Meristematic tissue responsible for increase in the girth of the tree trunk. It is apical, intercalary or lateral meristem or phalogen. So answer is lateral meristem. Very easy answer. Lateral appears late in the life cycle and responsible for increasing the girth. Then you are given with a very old piece of the dicot stem and dicot root. Which of the following anatomical structure will you use to distinguish between two? Secondary xylem, secondary phloem, protoxylem or cortical cells. Protoxylem, that means primary formed xylem. So you will select here protoxylem. Yes, C part why you will select that? Anatomically very old dicot's root is distinguished from the dicot stem by the position of the protoxylem. In dicot root, it is located near the periphery, and in stem it is located near the pith. So it is exact in it is exact in root and endark in stem. Next, tracheids differ from the tricary element. So they have Casparian strips, being imperforated, lacking nucleus or being ligninified. So being imperforated. The walls of the vessels are ligninified and less thicker than the tracheids. So the lumen is wider and vessels differ from the tracheids in having the fusion arising from the diffusion of the end walls. Transmission tissue characteristics feature. So solid style, dry stigma, wet stigma, hollow style. A solid style has a transmission tissue which has a large intercellular space. It allows the growth of the pollen tube in the pistil. Then the major characteristic of monocot root is presence of what? Monocot root is presence of scattered vascular bundle or vasculated without cambium. Cambium sandwich between the phloem and xylem along the radius. Open vascular bundles. So scattered vascular bundle. It is about monocot root. So in monocot root it shows the radial and closed. So it is without cambium ring. So monocot shows the radial and closed vascular bundle. Then in a ring griddle plant, the root dies first. That means what is ring griddle plant? Let me explain you that. The griddle or girdle plant, this girdling experiment. So what you need to do, this is the stem and you're cutting your stem from, this portion of the stem, it is cutting from the sides. You are cutting it from the sides. So this is known as ring girdle plant. So root dies first, shoot and root dies together. Neither root or shoot will die, shoot dies first. So in the ring girdle plant, root dies first due to the damage of the phloem causing the inhibition of the translocation of food from the leaves to the roots. Again guys, I'm reminding all of you, you can join us on the Telegram, you can follow us on the Telegram link also. And these are your homework questions. Function of companion cells, very easy questions. So I'll be waiting for your answers in comment section. Just take a screenshot of each question. Second question, some vascular bundles are described as open because. Third question, which one of the following is wrongly matched? So select your option and answer in the comment section. And if you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like and share this video to the more and more people, those who are knowing, and don't forget to subscribe. There is a thumb icon. Don't forget to just touch this thumb icon, that is like. So these are our team. These are our results of 2021. Neet result 2021, 97%. 19 students got admission in well-known colleges. And thank you so much guys for supporting, for listening this video, attending this live class. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Like, share and comment for the questions which I have asked. Thank you so much.